That's the latest on the New York City mayor's race.
And with former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo emerging as the frontrunner, questions are emerging about how much taxpayers had to pay for his legal fees.
Fox 5's Morgan McKay joins us now in the studio with the details. Morgan?
Yeah, Steve and Natasha, around 4 years ago, former Governor Andrew Cuomo resigned rather than face an impeachment trial, which would have prevented him from running for office ever again. But in these 4 years, Cuomo has been racking up more than $60 million of legal bills that taxpayers are on the hook for.
Do you pledge to stop using state money on lawsuits?
Former Governor Andrew Cuomo once again dodging questions as he left an event in Midtown. It's been a little less than 4 years since Cuomo resigned from office, but in that time, taxpayers have spent $60 million defending Cuomo in numerous lawsuits, according to a new audit by the state comptroller's office.
This is not reasonable litigation. This is outrageous.
New York Public Officers Law 17 requires that the state pay the legal fees of any government worker who is sued in their official capacity. A necessity, as John Caney from reInvent Albany explains.
Government workers can do their jobs without worrying about getting sued personally.
But Caney and others argue that there is a limit.
What the law expects is the comptroller to use common sense and say, hey, wait a second, taxpayers are not going to pay for this particular thing or that thing. And that has not happened.
Around a month ago, Harassment Free New York and Common Cause sent a letter to the comptroller's office asking that the state pause some of these payments to Cuomo's defense, arguing that some of these requests by Cuomo's attorneys are unreasonable. One example includes Cuomo's attorneys asking for the gynecology records of one of his sexual harassment accusers, Charlotte Bennett. Bennett's attorney says this was done to humiliate Bennett, and some of the medical records that were requested date back to when Bennett was a minor. Cuomo's attorney Rita Glavin was at a campaign event for Cuomo recently and defended the request.
If Ms. Bennett's lawyers will release me and Governor Cuomo from the confidentiality order that prevents me from discussing what was in her records, I will be happy to explain in detail why they were absolutely necessary, given what she was claiming was trauma.
A spokesperson for Cuomo points out that there were no criminal charges filed against Cuomo as a result of the sexual harassment allegations. He also argues that a portion of the $60 million was spent defending Cuomo's COVID policy.
It shows that people like Andrew Cuomo and frankly any other elected or appointed official has access to unlimited funds to continue their harassment and tormenting and retaliation of people that they already hurt.
Now, one state source tells me that the comptroller's office believes their hands are tied for the most part when it comes to paying Cuomo's legal fees, arguing that they're not allowed to second-guess legal strategy. So far, the comptroller's office seems to have only intervened once to try to stop some of these payments, which was when Cuomo sued the attorney general. Cuomo then, in turn, sued the comptroller's office for refusing to pay his legal fees, and that case is still pending. Steve and Natasha?
Lots of busy lawyers. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. Thanks, Morgan. We appreciate it.